Okay, welcome everyone to the episode of Connecting with Adrienne McLean. It's episode number 6, and my name is Emily, and I'm the founder of Connect with Confidence, and I'll be the interviewer. So, how you been, Adrienne?
Oh, well, thanks, Sam. Thanks so much for having me today.
No worries. It's an honor to have you. It's like just doing the reverse role. Like you interviewed me before, so it's time for me to interview you. That's great. So yeah, how's your week been so far?
Oh, good, thank you. Yes, it's always nice to get a new client, and I got two new clients this week, so I was very pleased with that.
Wow, congratulations! Must
Thank
be
you.
must be exciting every time you get a client.
It is. It's always nice to check that off, and yeah, it's very good. And I love working with people, so it's a win-win situation.
That's great. And what kind of clients are they like? Are you teaching them to improve their speaking skills or?
I work in an area where I help service professionals with marketing, with personal selling, which is selling yourself, and confidence,
Yep.
and getting the sale across the line. So having all the skills to be able to guide prospects through the process of selling your service. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So nice. That's great. It's always good to just build your energy up every time you get clients. So
Yeah.
it's always surprising.
And also, I mean, I work in the area of presentation skills, so public speaking, coaching, and speaking to camera, and podcasting. Content creation is part of the work that I do to connect with people and connect businesses with clients.
That's great. Sounds very very good. Like, so it's a very demanding career that you have. Like, it's a lot of people are into this kind of personal development, and it's it's definitely something worth investing in. Yeah. So yeah, tell me a bit about yourself, Adrienne. I think last time I just recently met you, and then I think that you're something worth interviewing because you do have some kind of influence, and then it's just when you a radio host, like, just builds up your credibility, and it's really great.
Thank you, Sam.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, I've been working on this area for nearly 20 years now.
Wow.
And when I first started out at the beginning of 2002, I was a very nervous public speaker, and I shook in every part of my body if I had to get up and speak. I had a sound corporate career, and I was always professional and did what I had to do. But the experience of getting up and speaking in front of people was something that I didn't really feel comfortable about. And so I worked on that for around 7 years, and I joined Toastmasters, and I worked through the Toastmasters journey and became an area governor, and I was the president for 3 times. And, and I kept working yes, the experience sort of unfolded my leadership skills that I had, but I wasn't connecting with, and it really gave me this huge boost of confidence, and which you might connect with, and that spurred me on to do a certification in a public speaking program in the States. I went over to Portland, Oregon, and studied there. And in the journey, I worked with presentation skills coach. I had a voice coach. I did the Alexander technique. I did everything that I could to build my confidence to speak in front of groups. Yeah. And then I started the speakers practice in 2009
Wow.
to help service professionals with communication skills. But then I found that that communication skills is part, but actually the confidence, which is your area, impacts on marketing. It impacts on the business owner's connection with their audience, whether it's a prospect or a client, and it impacts on their ability to actually ask for a sale. Because when you're going through a sales process, it's not always that easy,
Correct.
and there can be elements of rejection in that, and it can knock people's confidence. So, so my work I worked for 4 years with and studied with the Book Yourself Solid School of Coach Training, and became a certified Book Yourself Solid business coach.
Wow. Wow, that's quite a resume. Yeah, I was doing Toastmasters as well, and then yeah, like definitely it's worth doing because you get bang for your buck. Like as in, like it's like relatively cheap, and it will definitely improve your speaking skills that way. And then wow, just yeah, when you say you've done it for quite a while, I guess it's really transformed you into the person you are today. And then yeah, it's really all about investing in yourself. So yeah, you know how to talk to people, communicate, help others build the confidence as well. Like since you've been in that road.
Yeah, well, it is a personal development journey, and when I look back where I am now to where I was back in 2002, my confidence level has grown enormously. And you're right, it is a personal development journey, and working on your presentation skills is a very good personal development journey, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Like this skill is probably the most daunting part for everyone. Like take example, like putting yourself out there on the web, speaking in front of large crowds. I think that's what everyone wants to master, and it's not easy. Some people back down. Some people, actually, give up because of that. But yeah, it's just really about perseverance, getting out of your comfort zone more, and yeah, basically work the magic. Yeah.
Yes, and sometimes it doesn't go all that smoothly, you know. Sometimes, you know, there'll be mistakes along the way, and they're all learning opportunities. It's not a failure as such, but a learning opportunity. And you were part of my Think Bigger, Grow and Succeed podcast series, and what I've gained from that, and I hope that our listeners have too, is that when you go out of your comfort zone, you will have things happen. There will be mistakes. Some may call them failures, but whatever mistakes or whatever you call them, it is a learning experience, and you can learn to do it better next time. And I think that that's a really, really good approach for learning public speaking skills, as well as being an entrepreneur and making your own way in the real world.
Yeah, totally. Like that's why I grabbed the opportunity when I saw you posting on LinkedIn, like your interviews. So yeah, it's very intriguing. Like I've done probably 3 radio interviews already, and yeah, it's good. It's daunting. It's making me like feel nervous, but at the same time, I just need to give it a go and then see how it is. But yeah, it's really good, enjoyable now, rather than. And the difference is I'm not actually in the studio, so it's a little bit less nervous than. I remember I jumped into a studio. I was like, oh crap! I was probably right on time, and it just put me on the spot straight away without breathing. And then yeah, like I was like, I thought there would be like a briefing, but it just started on air straight away. So I was like, wow.
And touch on a really important point. It is it's not only a thought process thing, but it actually becomes a physical activity as well. And the nerves take over the body, and they stop us breathing, and our chest stops. And we really do this shallow breathing rather than taking deep breaths, and that causes us to go blank at times. And I know I've had many chances of having that happen. And yeah, and you've got to really realize that you're not breathing, and then take a deep breath. And it's amazing how the brain reacts, and you can get back on track and move forward.
Yeah, totally. Like, it's just, what you teach is very important in those situations. So yeah, very, very great, very good skills there that I can actually improve as well.
We're all on that journey, Sam.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. So tell me, what do you like doing outside of your business, your career? What's your social activities? What do you like doing?
Well, I've got 3 children. They're all pretty much grown up now, but they keep, I love my family, and with my husband, we have quite a lot going on with the family. So that's my primary activity outside the business. And I do enjoy walking. I'm a member of a walking group, and that's a really great thing to do on a Saturday morning. So I love doing that. And then we have coffee afterwards. And on the weekend, I went for a bushwalk with my husband, and it was a 10-kilometre walk, and it was a lot more challenging than I first thought. And it is it's really interesting to see. I had a goal of walking the 10 kilometres in the bush, and we have bush near us, so that seems a achievable goal. So we got on the walk, and the walk got rocky, and it was a bit hard to navigate, but we were doing it. And then after a while, it seemed to be going on for too long, and I thought, gosh, when are we going to get to the coffee shop? And anyway, then the brain starts to think, oh, well, somebody can come and pick us up from the coffee shop, or somebody can go and pick up our car. Oh no, they don't have the key. And so I was trying to work out all these ways to get around having to walk the 5K back, and it's really interesting to follow the process. So at the start of this executing the goal, it was all excitement, and we were on the way, and it was all wonderful. And then it started to get harder, and then it got harder, and then it sort of got where the brain was saying, oh, perhaps you can give up, but you've got to get over that. It's a natural sort of activity, I suppose, to protect people, but you've got to get, if you want to achieve the goal, then you've got to get out of that mindset and let that negativity go, and keep focused and persevere and be resilient and keep going forward to achieve your goals, because that's what you're aspiring to do.
Totally. Yeah, what I got out of that is, I guess, keep going, never give up. Like, you just keep going until the end, and then you achieve great things. And that's a great lesson there. So, where did you, whereabouts did you go hiking or walking?
Oh, up at Bobbin Head,
okay.
National Park.
That's a nice place.
It's beautiful there. It's on the waterways. Coal and Candle Creek that goes into the Hawkesbury River, and it's Sydney is a beautiful city. It has bushland within 30 minutes of wherever you live. So
Totally. Yeah.
we are so fortunate to live here and be able to take advantage of the nature. The big thing is to actually get out and do it, because you can just get stuck in the routine of it all.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, it's really about having a balance of like staying at home, sitting in the office, doing work, and actually go out and enjoy the sun with the nature, because yeah, it just builds up, just refresh your mind, and yeah, it's really all about the mentality that you have to be healthy, stay healthy, and yeah, in a way. Yeah, and
It
been to
is,
Bobbin Head before. It's a good place. I remember I've been at barbecue and fishing. So
yes.
it's pretty fun.
Oh, the fishing's beautiful there.
Yeah.
Yeah, some nice places.
Yeah, totally, totally. Yeah. So I guess you're a person that likes to you're a person that likes nature more. Is that right? Yeah.
Oh, look, I mean, I feel when we go for a walk out in the bush or go boating, you know, it just refreshes you, refreshes the mind, it's relaxing, and it's just something that is a pleasure. It's not anything uh, onerous, you know, it's fun. It's nice to do fun things.
That's great. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, totally. It's worth it. Like I like doing. Yeah, it's just having a balance. Like I said, it's
Yeah,
always good to do so.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, tell me about your business. So how's your journey? Like when you first started, like what made you start this business? And yeah, how did you persevere 20 years? That's a pretty long time.
Oh, well, I started the speakers practice 10 years ago in
Okay.
2009.
Yep.
And what brought me to start the speakers practice was that I wanted to bring this confidence that I got from going through the public speaking training
Yep.
to others.
Yep.
So that was my impetus, because as you know, with your business, confidence building for individuals can have a huge impact, whether at a home, whether in the workplace, in their career, or whether they're starting their own business, or whether they've got a business and they've been running it for a while or a long time.
Mm-hmm.
The confidence is really important to get the maximum out of what your endeavour is. And I wanted to, you know, the process of going from the transformation of going from nervous and anxious to be confident and have some skill to get a message across was what I wanted to bring. And I've moved it so that we can do that for businesses as well. And I'm really excited about that. I do it with mentoring,
Yep.
training. I have a marketing discovery audit where I look at what's working within the business, what may not be in place, and what needs to be done. And it can put a real framework around their business building activities. And I follow a proven business building system called Book Yourself Solid.
Yep.
Your audience can search for it, they can buy the book. It's an absolute beautiful approach for building a business. It has everything involved with it, and if you follow the principles, you will be book solid.
Interesting. That's a great one. So that's great. Like I guess like what you said, like yeah, that's what we're somewhat similar, like helping others to be confident in themselves so they
Yeah,
can be the best version of themselves as well. Like it's really about uh moving from shyness, nervousness, and yeah, lack of confidence to really be more strong themselves and confident when they communicate with people, and I guess it's somewhat alliance like with me and you, like because I teach
Yeah.
people on like how to improve the people skills so they interact better, like say with their clients. And I think it's a very vital skill to have, like in terms of like get to know them a bit better, like build some kind of rapport, be on the same channel. So it makes the selling process easy. And
Yeah.
I've been in sales over 10 years. So it's really about, yeah, setting yourself, how do you engage with people first before you actually, yeah, go into the closing process. So this is one of the strong, I guess, personal like skills to learn, like from your end and from my end. So
Yeah.
it's a great synergy.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's great.
Well,
So
the reality is that it's not always about skill set. You can be a really highly skilled professional, and there's lots of examples of this. But the person that has the confidence to actually sell themselves, that may not have as much skill set, can actually get the sale, not because of technical expertise, but because they give trust. They can earn trust, and they can build a connection, and the prospect gets their confidence, and they can. It may not be the best product. There may be better products out there, but if it's sold with confidence, then it will sell over the better products. And so, you know, if we're in business, the importance of being confident and being able to connect with people is a vital business skill.
Yeah, totally. Especially in this digital age, like smartphones, I guess, like when we talked about disruption in your interview,
Yeah,
like it's like people are like more how should I say, cling towards their phones more, like just looking at it, and they didn't realize that it's actually like not helping them in terms of their connecting skills, and it's actually
yeah.
like, yeah. So it's a
People, people skills are really important in the business building process. It can't be all done via social media. You know, I mean, there are some businesses that do it that way,
yeah.
but you know, people's skills still have a very important part to play
Yeah.
in our world. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. So that's why like I target those that yeah, they lack that people skills. So they
Yeah.
know how to improve on that and communicate and actually, yeah, build a network that's profitable for them. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
really about getting connections that you can make use of. So yeah, so you can both be have like a win-win situations. It's really all about cooperating with each other and with that synergy effect. And yeah, totally. Yeah, like that's what I think a lot of people out there, especially like international students, they probably lack a lot of that skill, and there's something that they want to improve on their like the professionalism, and I guess the yeah, that's why they're here to make a living, and I guess throughout the process they have to improve themselves. It's just like how you, Adrian, you went through a lot of courses, personal development, and then I guess that all works out at the end, which is very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's an enormous step moving from overseas to live in Sydney, and a different culture, often a different language,
Yep.
and it's such a big step. You know, people are studying. They come over to Sydney to study, and it's you know, they not only have the study to learn, but they have all the life skills to learn as well about
Correct.
living in Sydney.
That's it.
So it's a big step, and it does take people out of their comfort zone when they move countries, and they have a lot to learn, and yet it stands them in good stead for the future.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. So so I'm interested in knowing how did you get to become a radio host? Like, is it the dream?
Oh.
Yeah. They're like a
Well,
secret?
it started. I was the president of the Hornsby Chamber of Commerce, so I took on a leadership role with the chamber, our local chamber,
Oh, interesting.
and I then was approached by the community radio to do some sponsorship. So I took up that offer, and then they said, "Oh, Adrienne, they really need help on the board. Can you go on the board?" And so I changed from the chamber committee to the community radio
Wow.
board, and yes, I've been on there since the end of 2016, and so that's a board position on a non-for-profit organisation,
Yep.
and that helps me learn about all those things associated with that. Then in 2017, I was offered a co-hosting role on a Monday afternoon drive time.
Yep.
And we set that up mid-June, and it's still going. I'm the host now, and we interview around 3 people every Monday that are associated with the local area, and it's on all sorts of topics. And it is my piece of community engagement, and I really get to meet people within the community, and there are so many amazing people doing extraordinary things, raising money for the needy, you know, and there are so many social issues out there. You don't have to go very deep to find things happening within our community, although I think our local community is very fortunate. There's still help that's needed. So my role on the Monday afternoon drive time program has really inspired me about the incredible community engagement that our community has.
Yeah, I guess it just connects you with the community more, and then I guess that's how people get to know you as a radio host. And I guess it really improves your speaking as well in a way.
Well, it does. You know, I mean, I've learned the skills of presenting on radio.
Yeah.
And the community radio station Triple H, which I belong to, has a presenters course, so I did that.
Yep.
And then last year I started my own podcast, Think Bigger, Grow and Succeed.
Yep.
And you've been a guest on that. And from that, I'm creating a book from the interviews that have been done. So, you know, it has been a really interesting process of interviewing professionals on the topic of getting out of your comfort zone, exploring new avenues, going for your dreams and aspirations, and how to handle and achieve goals. So, and this year we're talking about how to handle disruption, because it's been such a weird and disrupted time.
Yeah.
So, and you know, every week, you know, I learn something new. I learn skills from the radio side. I learn skills and approaches from the business side, and it has been a great way for me to build knowledge, my knowledge, and learn from others and meet people, and it's been a really great opportunity, and I love doing interviews.
It's a great thing. Yeah, totally. Like it's just like me getting to know you a bit better online, getting to know your story, and that's what really matters. Like your background, it's a road to inspiration on what you have achieved throughout the process, and it's good to talk about it as well. So yeah, it's really great. So that's great. So it brings me to the second last question. So how do you normally can you provide some hints and tips to the viewers today on how you can build positive relationships with others? Like, so you have an ongoing growing network. How do you sustain that the positive relationships that you have with your network?
Well, yeah, I mean, somebody said to me recently, your net worth is your
Network,
network. And
network. Yeah,
it's a bit hard to say, but it's an interesting concept.
yeah.
And look, I mean, I love talking with people. I'll have a chat anytime. So you know, part of it is about just trying to find some connection that you have that you both know about.
Yeah.
And if you can find that connection, then you can talk about it, and you get to know about somebody.
Mm.
And so if you can do that, the more you do that and the more you get to know people, the bigger you grow your network. And if you learn about what people do, then when you find somebody that needs some help, then you can refer them. And I love doing that. I love connecting people who can help each other. So and that's part of a referral strategy
Mm.
from a business sense. But
Yeah.
I like to do it, you know, if somebody needs birthday cake and I know a cake maker, then I'm more than happy to give that referral or
Mm.
whatever. So that's so just finding some connection. So
Mm.
you know, asking questions is really important. You know, be inquisitive and find out things about the person, because people love to talk. You know, or they'll open up when you actually ask them questions. If you don't ask questions and you're just talking on a subject, then you won't learn about the other person, and it's got
Mm.
to be a two-way
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
That's a good one. I guess it's really about mutual benefits, I guess. How I can get something out of it and how you can get something out of it as well. And that's what really matters in this business world, right? Like it's really about
It,
the
yeah, it certainly is. It's about collaborations, and there's a lot of research about people working in teams, and teams work achieve so much more
mm,
than you do when you're working by yourself.
correct.
So that's a proven fact. So if you get more people in your network, you know, you are able to achieve
Mm,
more, and collaborations are gems. And I think in today's world, you know, there's a lot of people working as entrepreneurs and starting their own businesses
yep.
and that, and it can be quite lonely at times when you're just doing it by yourself.
Yeah.
But if you join a mastermind, if you are working with others in a similar direction, it
Yep.
really helps to get you focused and
Totally.
to get more achieved. So uh, so you know, we are social beings. So it's yeah. So we've got to be social, I suppose.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I said, like it's part of like the process of engaging with people, and I think that's what I do. Like I skill up people, and what you said about yeah, like it's really about leverage, I guess. When
Yeah,
you got a team, like I started this business not long ago, and I feel lonely as well. It's
yeah,
really about yeah, aligning with people that is really has a positive effect and related to what you do to really lift your spirits up and keep going. I think that's one important lesson I learned as well. So yeah, it's just like a learning process, but I guess you have to meet new people, see if you can work together, and yeah, create a huge like a huge momentum for it, I guess. Yeah.
yeah. Well, in these COVID times, you know, I mean, I was going to lots of networking events pre-COVID. And then, of course, we can't go to networking events now. And the last 3 or 4 months have been completely shut off, you know.
Mm.
And it does have it means that we're not getting that social interaction. But it has been really interesting to see how Zoom and online calls have taken over, and how businesses are able to continue in a different format and build that connection. And people are saying during this COVID time, you know, they're wanting more regular networking events, because a month seems a long time between chats when you do it via Zoom.
Yep.
You know, whereas getting yourself to a cafe is something you'll do once a month. But so it all it's about being social and building connections and being of support to each other.
Cool. And would you say you're an introvert yourself, or you're an extrovert?
Look, I'm more introverted,
Yeah.
I suppose, and you know, I like to think things through. I thoroughly enjoy any sort of networking function, or you know, Zoom call function, or you know, whatever. I go out and do all that, but then I'll have some quiet reflection afterwards and think about what was said, and you know, how I can use it, or you know, but you know, introverts have that skill set. And it is thought that, you know, extroverts are right out there and they're the go-getters, but actually the introverts can play an equal game, and sometimes even better at times. So
more integrity.
yeah.
You know. Yeah, so that's great. That pretty much is towards the end. And so, how do we find more about you? And I know that you're on the bottom left. I can see your how to get to your website already. That's a great advertising too. Just probably will give me a hint to do that as well.
Yes.
Yes. How do we find more about you, Adrienne?
Oh, look, you can contact me on Adrienne at adriennemclean.com. I have an email address there. And also at the Speakers Practice, Adrienne at thespeakerspractice.com.au. You'll see my phone number there. And you can send me an email. Certainly I'd be delighted to speak to anyone about, you know, the Book Yourself Solid system, or content marketing, presentation skills, video, podcasting.
And how about your social media? Are you active on social media?
Yes, you can find me on all sorts of places, on Facebook and LinkedIn and on Twitter. And I've got lots of videos up on YouTube, so you'll find me there too.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Thanks for that, Adrienne. I had a great time with you, and I hope you enjoyed this interview. And thanks for joining. And yeah, viewers, if you want to get a hold of Adrienne, I will be putting up her details so you can connect with her better. And yeah, thanks, Adrienne, for joining, and I hope to see you sometime soon.
Okay. Thanks so much for having me, Sam.
No worries. It's great to have you. All right. Bye.